And one of my favorite songs is Jewel, Who Will Save Your Soul. I don't know if y'all ever heard that song before, but I was listening to it and I was thinking about the words she was saying and the overall message as I'm laying here. And I'm just like, I haven't had a decent sleep in years. Just because I've just been trying to survive. Now, don't get it twisted. When I put these videos out here, it's all type of people seeing these people. I mean, seeing these people. It's all type of people seeing these videos. You got white people, black people, Chinese people, all type of people, Hispanic people, old people, young people, evil people, good people, racist people, non-racist people. So I'm going to get a lot of different types of feedback from the videos I put out. And that's fine. I've made peace with that and accepted that before I put the videos out. And none of these videos are for sympathy because, first of all, I'm just a black man. And in this world, nobody really cares about what a black man is going through, especially if he's struggling. That part, right? And then at the same time, whether black man or whatever race of man you are, nobody is really feeling sorry for a man that's going through a hard time. Nobody is coming to save a grown person. I'm not that old, but at the same time, I'm not that young. I'm old enough to be a man. So it's two reasons, really, I put these videos out. One reason is to show people that, look, no matter how hard it get, you can still be a good person. You can still go about your day-to-day routines righteously. And even if you feel like you depressed, there's always somebody that got it worse in life than you. And no matter what you're going through, you can still carry on. And then the second reason is when I finally do close my eyes and get some rest, I always think or dream it's going to get better. I'm going to make it out of this. So I thought it would be interesting to record myself while I'm down in life, because I feel like when I finally make it, I can look back on this time and say, dang, look what I've been through, look what I overcame, and look where I ended up. It's kind of like one of my favorite movies. It's a Will Smith movie. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness. And it's based off a true story with, I think, Chris Gardner was his name. But he was a guy. He wasn't on drugs or nothing. Just like me, I'm not on drugs or alcohol, nothing like that. He just got jammed up with his money. A lot of people are good people, but they just couldn't make the right amount of money, or never learned how to manage money the right way, or never even made enough money to manage. So, he had a wife and a young kid, and he basically had financial problems. He was working, but it just wasn't enough money. So his wife ended up leaving him. And he was just with his little boy, and he ended up losing his apartment, and he had to sleep on the street with his little boy. And then they went to a shelter, and, he was still trying to be the best person he could be. And he was going through all these situations that people didn't know he was going through because he wasn't saying nothing. Like when he showed up at the interview with one shoe, and they all looked at him crazy and looked down on him. But what they didn't realize is that he was running to the interview because his car got booted and he ended up getting hit by a car and knocked out of one of his shoes. But he still wanted to go to the interview because the job was that important to him. So that's one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But when I go through the things I go through day to day, I think about that and I just say, I'm going through so much that your average person that I pass would never imagine. So I said, let me capture these moments for the times that if I make it out of this, I can look back on it and just, it'll be like one of my favorite movies. I'm basically making a movie about myself in a sense. That maybe I can watch later in life. But in no way am I putting this out here for y'all to see, to like get sympathy out of, when I look at the comments, it's a lot of sarcasm or sometimes jokes being cracked, but that's fine. But I just want y'all to know that this is not for that. It's to help, and it's also for me to look back on and reflect in case I make it out. But maybe there's another third reason. What if I don't make it out? What if something happens? What if I actually don't make it out? And I always used to say to myself, because I'm my father's only kid. My dad and my mom, they don't have any other kids. My mom, she died when I was 3. And then my pops, he just wasn't around. So I would say, dang, I would often think like I could lose my life out here and nobody in my family would know. And if that were to happen, maybe later they would come across these videos and actually see what I was going through day to day, month to month, year to year. Because I had no idea that these hardships would stretch out this long. I mean, I figured maybe I'd be down for a few months or something, but never like going into a few years. And it's like right when I get some momentum, right when things get to going good, I get knocked back down again. Most times, not even from my own doing. Like take my latest income outside of working. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know the ups and downs I've had with jobs, and they haven't been my fault. I show up to work with the best attitude and I outwork everybody, but I get the worst result. And I won't get into that now because I've made so many other videos talking about that. But I just be thinking like, I had no idea it would take this long. And sometimes I think, dang, will I ever make it? Will I ever get to where I want to be? Maybe, maybe not. Only time will tell. But inside, I feel like I will. And then I think about the song that T.I. made, Drive Slow. It's an old song. And at the end, when he said, life is about who makes it, not who makes it the fastest. Drive slow. So I'm on my way to making it.